Hey everybody, welcome back to this Tainted Grail Learn to Play Through series. We're just going through the open and play part of Tainted Grail. Michael and I are figuring out how to survive an Avalon so that when we start for real we don't just die immediately.
Which would be sad. But highly likely, knowing
it's incredibly plausible, yeah. Well, the thing is, if you die, I lose too, so...
Yeah, it's in your interest to help me this time.
Yeah, I know. It's extremely problematic.
It's going against all your inner feelings.
We're going to do our first exploration. I'm sure everyone's excited to find out if Urfir is in the Kaunacht Farmhold. So, we are going to spend 1 energy.
Yay!
You do that. Never mind. To explore Kaunacht. So rather than spoiling things, this is a special one, Michael. See, so this is the special tutorial journal part.
Oh yay!
So we won't be spoiling anything except for this tutorial. So, this is.
Shall I read?
It would be nice if they'd offered like a really posh Kickstarter, like hardbound book, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Probably completely impractical. You can read if you would like to, Michael.
I'm just thinking of a nice book now, what it would look like. But I digress. Right, number 1.
I have many leather-bound books.
In my extensive library in my West Wing.
I'll just start from the top here. It looks like this is actual more tutorial.
Okay. Exploration journal entries for most locations in Tainted Grail start with an introduction that leads you to your decisions. Read the location introduction first. A deep feeling of loss pervades Kaunacht. From dilapidated farms to the sunken eyes of those who remain in town, the menhir in the market is nearly extinguished. Still, this place is the only home you ever knew. Now you're ready to choose what to do in this location. Below are 2 options redirecting you to different verses, or paragraphs. Each has a requirement. The first time you come here, you are only able to choose the first option, because the second one requires a specific part of a status, a story trigger, marked on your tutorial save sheet. If you are here for the second time, you should already have part 2 of the required status, so only the second option is accessible to you. Make your choice now.
So you see, what we're looking at here is only if you don't have any part of the surprising errand status. This says requires part 2 of the surprising errand status. So because we meet this condition and not that one, we have to choose this one and not that, which directs us on which chapter we're going to go to. What it means by statuses are actually these things here. So we're going to have these save sheets here, and we're going to be filling out these as we adventure through the world of Avalon. And we will be unlocking different chapters and verses and bits and bats as we fill in this sheet. And so then we have to remember where things are and stuff like that. Look, and here we can even track down the locations that have been removed and turned into other locations.
That's helpful.
Yep. And don't worry, Michael, because you'll have extensive note-keeping to make in this tiny box on the front. Note that I have actually
really tiny
printed off A4 versions of these. The game itself comes with like A5 ones, and I was like, that's too small.
That's not enough.
We're going to print off the A4 ones from their website. I also print off loads in case we make mistakes. So,
that will happen.
Now we must progress to verse 1.
Okay. Aoife? Erifi? Ephir is up earlier than usual. As you enter, he hides a large pack behind a curtain and turns to you with a wide smile. You here, lad? Good. Hope you're ready to stretch your legs a bit. I hear a star fell near Whitening, and a local tanner picked it up. It's a solid ignet, large as your dingy head. I'd rather not have it fall in the hands of some other smith. I don't know why he's gone proper Yorkshire.
I also like how he says ignet. It's ingot.
Oh, right.
like a golden ingot.
What is an ingot?
It's a fancy word for gold bar.
A gold bar. I was thinking of a nugget. Okay, you nod. Falling stars are a bad omen for simple folk, but they are always but they always excite blacksmiths and armourers. After all, the legendary Excalibur was forged from one of these cold shards of distant skies. Soon you depart, walking down the sloping fields towards the mist-covered forest, with some rations, your trusty hammer, and a purse of silver Ithrir gave you. Before stepping into the shadow of the trees, you take one last look at the ancient statue towering above shacks and houses. How much longer can this tired old thing protect Kaunacht? Gain part 1 of the surprising errand status. Gain 1 wealth, and your exploration ends.
Wow, we are done our exploration of the tutorial for now. Your exploration is now finished, and you have a new task. It's time to start moving Beor towards his destination, the cursed farmhold known as the Whitening.
Did we get our wealth?
Did we get a wealth? We did gain 1 wealth. Yeah, do it.
Admin.
Yeah, also track our wealth. We need that wealth. We need the...
And don't we need something, Mark, on our admin sheet?
Well, we would normally, but we're not doing that for the tutorial.
Fair enough.
See, the tutorial save sheet's actually here on the back of this book. There it is.
Oh, there we go.
There's only part 1 and part 2 of Surprising Errand, so as long as you remember we've got part 1, we'll be alright.
Okay.
We don't have to draw all over my book.
I'll do it in pencil really light.
So you can rub it out. So, as we know from the exploration journal, the Whitening is northeast of the village. So if we'd been paying attention to what Michael said, we'd know we're traveling northeast. North is this way. You guys might not recognize this playmat. It's from the 7th continent. Because we didn't have a playmat for
Tainted Grail.
Tainted Grail. Exactly. Yeah. Awakened Realms. Just saying. Just saying.
If you want to send us one, not me.
But this looked vaguely map-like, so I thought it'd be good to use. Anyway. Moving swiftly on. To the east is the Charred Conclave, a dangerous place that will automatically trigger a negative an encounter with a bad person as soon as we go in.
Yeah.
To the north is the Hunter's Grove, a place where we can gather food. This looks like a better idea, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Cool. So we're going to travel there. So we pay 1 energy.
Ta-da!
And we move our miniature north to the Hunter's Grove.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Right.
So, the first thing that we're going to do is reveal pertinent new locations. So, if we all remember, the Menhir is actually here in the Kaunacht farmhold. And now that we are here, we can travel to either side here, and we can also travel up here. However, this location is 2 away from the active Menhir.
Which we can't reveal.
So we can't reveal it because it's too far away from the Menhir. It's unsafe. So we're going to reveal 106 and 107.
But these are orthogonal. Is that the correct word?
They are orthogonally adjacent.
Yes.
There we go. So we've got the 4 Dweller Mounds.
Ooh, they're misty.
With the former masters of the island gone, no one is left to guard their burial treasures. Hopefully.
Ooh, that's bad. Gain 1 terror. Oh dear.
Gain 1 terror, 1 wealth, and roll a die. If the result is a 6, read verse 4 of the 4 Dweller Mounds entry in the journal.
That means, I wonder if you choose unwisely if you do that.
So then we've got Whitening, which is, of course, where we're actually going. Once this place had another name and a busy market, but today nobody goes there. Oh, this is the cursed town. And that's why it's got a red town symbol instead of a green one.
Oh.
It's not a friendly town.
Uh-oh.
Now that we are here at the Hunter's Grove, the first thing we're going to do is take the Hunter's Grove action, gather food. So we spend 2 energy. We gain 2 food, which we will add to our food thingy, our food tray. Good.
That's all the food.
And now you must draw and resolve a green encounter.
Oh, I think it's this funky little first encounter card.
Nice going, Sherlock.
Ooh.
It's a mist-shaped
vermin.
He has an encounter value of 4. That's how many red cubes we need to beat him.
I don't like this. This looks evil.
It does look evil. We've got attribute keys down here. These are the symbols we need to match in order to play cards. We can put all of our generated wounds on this side of the card. And the combat table down here will tell us what happens during the enemy's attack. And this is going to be based on the number of wounds he's taken, so they can get enraged and get tougher.
Okay.
Alright, so go ahead and put that card down there.
He's scary.
Oh my god, so now we're into a combat.
Da, da, da.
Here we go. Combat overview.
Ooh, I have one of those, do I? No.
Nope, there's only one and it's mine.
Oh.
And the combat and diplomacy icons.
Ooh, I have... yeah, I have that one.
That's the one we got. Alright, Michael, you will play as Beor in this combat. We will now go through the combat step by steps.
Grr. Yes.
And if you want to find more detailed... yes, we'll go through the combat step by step. So, first, don't shuffle that. Don't. Draw 3 cards from the top of the deck.
Are you sure I can count to 3?
Oh god, I hope so.
I think I did it.
So, this encounter has no trait, so we don't need to worry about that, but some might have traits like this
Ooh.
that do things. Okay, time to fight. Play the attack card.
Any of these?
No, look at them and find the one called attack.
Yes.
And then play it. It goes down here.
There we go.
Okay. Now, in this case, we've joined up the symbol for aggression with this symbol here with the red cube on it.
Which means we get 1 hit, I assume, because there's 1 aggression symbol.
So the golden key here at the bottom always connects and has no requirements at all.
You just get it.
I guess so. So we're now instructed to take 2 red cubes and put them here into the combat pool.
Okay. And we keep going, don't we?
Yes, that is not the only thing that happens. So, we get to play 1 card per Beor phase, but if we have cards with a special lightning symbol, we can play more of them. So, for now, hold on to your hand. What's going to happen is we're going to get this little timer symbol out here, and we're just going to put it down there to remind us that we get to draw a card with the attack. However, if we play further cards, then we won't get this effect. So, if we want this effect, we have to stop playing cards now. But we don't actually really care about that effect. We think we might be able to kill the mist-shaped vermin pretty quickly. So, I suggest playing the card Ignore Pain from your hand.
Okay.
So.
That goes away. And that goes there, like that?
Yep, sure does. So we've got the lightning symbol up here, which we've managed to connect to courage, which we can do because
we
got
have
one
courage. Yep.
Down here we've got the special magic connector. Now whenever you connect through magic, you have to pay a magic token. We don't have one, so we can't actually connect these at the moment.
Right.
And then down here what we've got is this special connector, golden connector again, and that just triggers this special effect here, which is to draw a card. So you can go ahead and draw a card.
Another combat one.
Yep.
Cool.
So in a combat, we'll always draw from the combat deck, but in other encounters, the blue encounters specifically, you'll draw from the diplomacy deck. You might do it in other encounters too, I'm not sure. I haven't seen all the cards.
Okay. Now I've seen this card, I think I know what's going to happen next.
Well, interestingly, Michael, it says that you have 2 cards left in your hand,
I do?
but you don't want to cover this one up, so you should proceed to the next phase.
Oh.
So
That seems really counterintuitive as to what I've just seen.
perhaps this is for demonstrative purposes.
We could kill him.
So we'll do a quick victory check, and we can see we've got 2 of the 4 counters we need to kill the misshaped vermin, and that's not enough.
Oh, dear.
So he's going to do a heckin' attack. So we check down here on his combat table, and it says here, if there's 0 to 2 markers, you take a wound.
Oh, no.
So you will take 1 wound. You move your health down 1 spot. Burp, burp.
Burp, burp.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So if you see this little skull here, this indicates that this will trigger during the enemy's attack step. So you've just received a wound, so you can put out 1 more of these. The misshapen vermin takes another wound. So, you've got 2 cards in hand.
I do.
If you had more than 3, you would have to discard down to 3, but you don't. So that's fine, and regardless of what happens, he draws a card.
Okay.
So you have 2, and now you had 2, you didn't have to discard any, and now you've got 3.
Excellent.
And the second turn of combat begins.
Do these stay here?
Those stay there.
Okay.
So, your next turn begins, and you could finish this battle by playing Powerful Blow. However, you might not want to, because that means you'll have to spend energy. And then you would become exhausted.
Oh, yes.
You didn't think about that.
that.
So instead, play the battle cry.
Yes, that's what we picked up.
So you get to draw a card down here with the free key.
Yep.
Because this is the first card Michael's played or Beor has played on the second combat turn, he doesn't actually have to connect up any of these connectors. He'll just get whatever bonuses do synchronize.
Okay.
So what you're thinking about here is what lines you up to play more cards this round.
Yeah.
Furthermore, if you don't play any cards, because you can't play any cards, which might happen, the enemy gets what's called an attack of opportunity, and they smack you and then you draw a card. And hopefully you can play that one.
Right.
But because you've been able to put down Battle Cry and draw a card, then you didn't have to sync up here because it's the first card of the round. You now get to play another card.
Excellent.
If you have the lightning bolts and you have the right statistics.
Yes.
So, you know what card to play?
The throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
So, you can play down the throw there. And of course, this is the second card of the round, but it's got the lightning symbol, which synchronizes with the aggression, and we have the stats to match. And then down here, it's got another wound token, which goes out into the pool there. And this is good, because now there's 4, and the mist-shaped vermin is dead. Good. We did it. We killed one. All right.
We did it.
You get the loot written so that we immediately check the condition. The condition is that it's dead, and you get the loot, which is a food.
Fabulous.
There we go. You won't be going hungry.
No, we have lots of food.
So that goes on the bottom of the deck, but in this tutorial, I'll just discard it.
Yep.
Yep. Any of the combat cards you took out of your combat deck are now shuffled back into it.
Okay.
So the combat deck is always reset for the next combat.
Okay. So that goes to the bottom.
Yeah, and then shuffle it.
And then shuffle it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Always. I mean, we didn't shuffle it because we were playing the tutorial. But in a normal combat in the game, you would always shuffle your combat deck after resolving a combat, ready for the next combat.
Okay.
Now, you've run out of energy. You've only got 2 left, and if you spend any more, you will become exhausted, which we don't want. So, it's time for Beor to make a pass action, which will end your first day in Avalon. So,
Sleepy time.
during the end of the day, we shall consume a food, which will restore a heart, and we'll lose a terror.
Okay.
Which is good. So, consume 1 food. Thank God we have that. We'll get a heart back. We have no terror, so that's fine.
Get down. Get down.
And then, because we've eaten the food and we're not exhausted, this goes back up to 6.
Excellent.
That's good. You would also be able now to spend experience on leveling up and stuff, but we don't have any. So we can't do that. So we are in an area with the blue dream symbol. So I'll just show you guys there. This is the blue dreamy sleepy symbol.
Ooh.
So we would have a dream, and we would actually have a dream appropriate to the area. So in the game we would go to the 102 area and check out the dream there. But because this is the tutorial, we're going to have a tutorial dream.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Tomorrow.
No! Oh, we didn't read the description either. I guess that's because we didn't do an explore. So we'll come back tomorrow to do the Dream of the Hunter's Grove and finish up this tutorial with probably a diplomacy check. Combat.
That sounds sensible.
And then we'll know everything we need to know to win Avalon for good and never fail.
Never.
First try. We're going for first try. With this information, we can't lose.
Can't lose.
See you all tomorrow, everyone.
Bye. We got this.
Oh, God, this
So busted.